Well, the topic we've chosen for our studio is the topic of clean, green personal mobility, particularly oriented towards the great cities of East Asia, including Singapore, which are going to face enormous challenges in providing personal mobility in the 21st century. And if these challenges are not met, there's going to be tremendous difficulty. Literally, cities are not going to be sustainable. So we're focusing on this absolutely crucial issue of how to move consuming too much energy without creating too much congestion and without creating unsustainable levels of carbon emissions. So what we're hoping to discover from this studio is some of the complexity and some of the unthought through dimensions of this topic. It's easy to articulate the broad outlines of the problem, but what are the vehicles actually going to be like that we're going to use to achieve this mobility? How are electric vehicles going to be different from the gasoline-powered vehicles of today? How are we going to connect vehicles to electric infrastructure? How are we going to organize mobility systems more intelligently than they're organized now? How are people going to use them? How are they going to engage with them emotionally? All of these are tremendously exciting issues and largely unexplored issues. So we're very, very interested in working through these issues and trying to put some concrete, exciting propositions on the table. Now, why did we choose this topic? Well, probably this doesn't require a lot of explanation at this point. As I speak, General Motors is going bankrupt in Detroit, so traditional approaches to urban mobility are certainly feeling their challenges. We get constant news about the challenges of global climate change. We just have to walk around our cities or drive around our cities to see the magnitude of this problem. It's a problem of immense urgency. It's one that cannot be solved by incremental approaches. We need some fundamental rethinking. We need some radical rethinking of this problem, and that's what we're going to pursue. Now, one of the starting points for our thinking is work that we've done in the Smart Cities group at the MIT Media Lab over the last 4 or 5 years now on this topic. We've developed a number of lightweight electric vehicles. We've developed the green wheel bicycle. We've developed the robo-scooter. We've developed the city car, electric car, all at prototype levels. Some of these going into production now. We've been working very hard on how to organize these into what we call mobility on demand systems, which are new kind of urban mobility systems. And recently the work that we've been doing has been documented in a book that I've written with Chris Baroni-Bird and Larry Burns from General Motors, heads of two of the senior people in research and development at General Motors, called Reinventing the Automobile. And that will come out very shortly, and that provides a lot of the background material that we will be using in this studio. Now, in this particular topic area, there's a tremendous amount of policy discussion, and there's a tremendous amount of work at a technology level and at a fundamental engineering level. And this provides a absolutely essential foundation for what we're going to do. But we have to remember that mobility in the city is not just a technical process of moving people from point A to point B, but it's a way of engaging the city. It's a way of being a citizen. It's a way of presenting yourself in public. People relate emotionally to their automobiles, to their ways of getting around. So this is a design issue in not just a technical sense, but in a cultural sense and in a deep social sense. And we have to understand the dimensions, the complex human dimensions of this, not only the technical solution. So one of the major contributions I think that we're going to make in this studio is an understanding of the human side of this whole revolution in personal mobility that's going to sweep over us. Now, the challenges in this topic area are partially technological. There are immense technological challenges in figuring out the right kind of battery technology, the right kind of motor technology, the right kind of design techniques, the right mathematical optimization techniques for organizing mobility systems, the right ways of shaping and structuring an automobile. But I think the biggest challenges are not the challenges of solving technical problems, but they're challenges of stepping right back and saying we need to fundamentally rethink this whole issue, that the traditional ways of approaching personal mobility just are not going to work anymore. And that's a tremendously difficult thing to do. And we now need to go back to the fundamentals and ask some of the big stupid questions, like why does an automobile need an engine? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't need a steering wheel. In fact, the cars that we've been working on don't have engines. They have motors in the wheels. And why does a car have to be made out of sheet metal? Well, in fact, it doesn't. There are lots of, I think, better alternatives these days. So the biggest challenges are the challenges of breaking away from old preconceptions and approaching the problem anew. We literally have to reinvent the wheel. We have to do exactly what everybody tells us you should never do. Reinvent the wheel, and that's where we're going to start. That's in fact literally where we've started in the work that we've done. Challenge the traditional notion of an automobile wheel and put motors in the wheels and put digital control in the wheels. Now, final question. Why should people want to work on this topic? Well, I think there are two fundamental reasons. Firstly, it's absolute central importance for people over the next century. It is a fundamental issue of sustainability of our cities, of decent human life, of just, equitable, comfortable and satisfying human life to solve these problems of urban sustainability. There are no obvious solutions. It's going to take every bit of imagination and every bit of technical competence that we can possibly muster, every piece of political will that we can muster to accomplish the solutions to these problems. And the other thing I'll say, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's really going to be a lot of fun. We have an enormously talented group of people working on this. We've had a lot of fun working on it so far, and I can anticipate anybody who joins us will have the same.